Good morning. It's me again. Today, we are going to begin the process, finally, of writing a narrative fiction story. So, you're going to be writing for the first time, or at least the beginning of that process, for the story that you have chosen to write. Now, each of you have come up with a few ideas. You might know exactly what you want to do, you might not yet. So, outlining can help you come up with the specific idea that you want to write based on just sort of doing some pre-writing, better understanding what it is that you want to write, what you want to write about, both thematically and functionally. And so, what I want you to do today is pick one of your ideas, pick the one that you think you want to write most, and let's outline it. We'll use the same format as we did in the previous assignment. You'll write the title of your story here. So this will say title of story. And then you're going to tell me what is the genre. What are the unique ideas that set this story apart from other stories? Where is it set? Be as specific as you possibly can. If there are multiple settings, tell me. When is it set? Be as specific as you possibly can. If there are multiple time periods, tell me. And if these two things matter to one another, like 1950s Carlsbad is going to be different than 1950s, I don't know, Mississippi. So let me know if these things are specific in how they matter to the story. And then who? This is your character or characters. So for your main character, obviously, absolutely, I need to know who that person is. I need to know what they want, and I need to have a sense of who they are. But also for your other characters, at the very minimum, I want you to tell me sort of a one sentence explanation of who that character is, and then one sentence about what that character wants. So it can be, sort of like the big wants of what they want out of life. It can be in the story specifically what they want from beginning to end. So I need you to think that through so that you have an idea about what that character wants, because that's going to affect how that character acts and the choices that character makes in the story. And then give me the Wikipedia version of what happens, right? Beginning, it's just sort of like a sense of what the story is going to be like, setting up a main character, maybe everyday life of that main character, and then the thing that happens that sets the story into motion. Then you've got a middle, that's all the action, adventure, fun and games, everything that happens from the moment that story is set into action until we get to the end. The end is the climax and the denouement, where maybe we see what life is like after all of the action has subsided, all of the choices have been made, and all the consequences suffered. If you don't have a traditional end, that's fine. And we're going to look at really good beginnings and really good endings tomorrow. So that stylistic kind of writing, where we start really late in the story and we go until a point where there is no way to return to where we were before, and then at the end we have to make a final choice that we'll see the consequences of. That's just one way to write. So we're going to be doing a little bit of reading, very short stories and essays, but it'll give you a sense of other styles. And then the why, most important part. What are you exploring? What social issue? What personal issue? What emotional issue? What aspect of humanity are you trying to explore in your writing? Right? Why does this exist? What is the theme? But what is the central dramatic argument? How? I guess, like, why am I reading this instead of all the other possible things I could be reading? And so for this, it really is personal to you. It's what you want to write about. So if you want to write about race, then this is where you would tell me this story is about race. If you want to write about relationships between parents and children, relationships between men and women, men and men, women and women, like whatever you want to write about, the why is here. And so that's, for me, the most important part. Everything else is just a way to get to the why. And that's it. So once you are done with this, then you can start writing. I'm going to make sure that everybody is able to share with me the doc that they're using for writing. So I will probably produce something tomorrow as well, for everybody to start on, sort of like an assessment, but it'll be an assignment form and it'll just be a doc. And you write on that doc and then continue to write on that doc. And I'll check in with you on that doc. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that yet, if I'm going to do it through Schoology or if it'll be just in Google Drive. But I will make something for everyone tomorrow. And so if you want to start writing today, that's fine after you're done with the outline. But I'm going to give you something you can copy and paste onto, and that's where we'll be living for the next month. Cool. All right, that's it. Get writing.